Good day, everyone. I am Marijoy Sisalting of Pitipitid FSM3. So, this is our first reading session with my tutor, Melanie De La Cruz. So, today, we will read the story about the legend of the Hundred Islands. The legend of the Hundred Islands.
The Legend of the Hundred Islands. One day, bad news broke out that an invading force was coming from across the sea. Immediately, the Raja called, called for a council of meeting among his chieftains. The group family decided to meet the enemy at sea. They must not be allowed to land, asserted Raja Masbeg. 100 of bravest warriors were hmm,
Sumong,
summoned. They board in a 10 large bankas,
Arm,
armed to the teeth.
Datu Makisbeg,
Dato Makisbeg commanded the task force in the lead banka. Not long enough, the two forces were soon locked in mortal combat. Furious encounter through hand to hand. Fighting broke out the
Boats,
boats and raged until the sun sank in the west and darkness covered the sea. When morning came, none of the 100 warriors returned alive. The enemy was nowhere to be seen. They had been
Annihilated,
annihilated, and so were the 100 warriors led by the
Intrepid,
intrepid son. The kingdom celebrated the victory, but on the other land, the old Raja mourned for his son. Several days later, the townspeople were so surprised seeing a wonderful sight in the sea. They were so fascinated with the many tiny islands dotting the sea line. There were about 100 of these islets.
islets,
islets. Some of the islands were shaped like overturned bankas, while others looked like bodies of dead men floating in the sea. The people believed that these were the 100 warriors who had sacrificed their lives in defense of their homes. For the people of
Alam,
Alaminos to remember them, the gods has immortalized them in the form of islands so that they will watch over
their
their native land forever.
Okay, so there are five questions here. So number one, what was the bad news about? Okay, so basahin natin ulit. So ano daw yung tungkol sa bad news?
It's all about the two forces fighting the sea.
Okay, so very good. So number two, what was decided after Raja Masbeg called for a council of meeting among his chieftains?
They finally meet the enemy at the sea.
And and the third one is what happened when the two forces met?
Naglalaban-labanan sila hanggang sa silang lahat ay mamatay.
Okay, so good. And the fourth one, what happened to the 100 warriors and their enemies?
Wala ni isa ang natira sa kanila dahil namatay silang lahat.
Very good. So the last one for the English. What did the town people see that surprised them the most?
They saw a wonderful sight in the sea.
Okay, so very good. So, good day. So, this is our first reading session in Filipino. So, ngayon po ay babasahin namin ang tungkol sa green park sa bawat subdivision. Kasama ko muli ang aking tutie na si Melanie De La Cruz from Rizal Region National High School, grade 7. So, green parks sa bawat subdivision.
Green Parks about subdivision. Iginiit kahapon ni Congresswoman Cynthia Villar ang agarang pagsasabata sa kanyang House Bill 1210 o Green Parks Act of 2004 na naglalayong magtatag ng mga green parks sa lahat ng subdivision sa bansa para sa proteksyon ng kapaligiran lalo na sa mga syudad at lungsod. Ito ay matapos patibayin ng House Committee on Housing and Urban Development. Ang panukala ni Villar na nakahain ngayon sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso. Ang programang pabahay ng gobyerno ay dapat na bagayan ng malinis na kapaligiran. Kaya tama lamang na maglaan ang bawat subdivision, maging ito man ay residential, commercial at industrial, ng bakanteng lote na pagtatamnan ng mga puno at halaman upang ito ay maging parke, ani Villar. Sa ilalim ng panukala, mahigit sa 30 puno ang itatanim sa bawat ektaryang sakop ng isang subdivision. Kapag tuluyang naging batas, ang mga naitayo ng subdivision bago pa man ang panukala ay masasakop na rin ng Green Parks Act. Ang mga homeowners association na magtatayo ng green park sa kanilang subdivision ay makakakuha ng libreng boto at halamang itatanim mula sa DENR at DA. Maglalaan din ng libreng gamit at artesian wells ang naturang mga departamento para sa pagmimintina ng naturang mga parke.
Okay. So, alam mo ba ang DENR at DA? Ang ibig sabihin ng DENR? So, ang DENR ay Department of Environmental and Natural Resources at ang DA naman ay ang Department of Agriculture. So, dito may nakalaang 5 questions about sa binasa mo. Ngayon, tatanungin ulit kita. So, ang unang katanungan, anong batas ang itinaguyod ni Las Piñas Congresswoman Cynthia Villar?
House Bill 2010 o Green Parks Act of 2004.
Very good. So, bakit mahalaga ang batas na ito?
Dahil ito ay para sa proteksyon ng kapaligiran lalo na sa mga syudad at lungsod.
Paano inilarawan ni Congresswoman Villar ang programang pabahay ng gobyerno?
Inilarawan niya na dapat bagayan natin ito ng malinis na kapaligiran.
Okay, so next is, sa paanong paraan sinuportahan ng DENR ang mga homeowners association na magtatayo ng green parks?
Naglaan ng DENR ng libreng gamit, libreng boto at halamang itatanim para sa pag-maintain ng park.
Okay, and ang huling katanungan, sa iyong palagay, paano makakatulong ang panukala nito sa pangangalaga ng likas na yaman?
Para magkaroon ng source ng food ang mga tao.
Okay, so tunay ngang naintindihan mo ang iyong binasa. So, maraming salamat, Melanie.